All right. It says that I am live. I hope this is you guys are able to hear me okay. I'm trying something a little bit different this morning. And that is I'm using this here microphone. I'm using my laptop because I need my phone for this coffee talk. And I'm going to use the condenser mic. This is something I do for a lot of voiceovers and recording and stuff like that. So hopefully it's coming in loud and clear. When you guys come in, if you're able to just give me a thumbs up and let me know that you can hear me loud and clear. But good morning. It's December 27th. It is 8 a.m. I'm doing this 1 hour earlier than I typically do. I got to get ready to go for the day here. I'm going to maybe do a little bit of traveling today. So trying to get kind of a jump start of my day. And yeah, but we've got a list, show notes, and we're ready to start this off. But first and foremost, welcome. Like I said, my name is Gabe from Our Simple Story. We are a family-based YouTube channel. We do things like camping, kayaking, building tiny houses, visiting different points of interest on the globe. So we're thankful that you guys can join us, and feel free to subscribe to our channel if you dig that sort of stuff. Hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. This coffee talk is going to be a little bit shorter than usual. If, like I said, if you can hear me, give me a thumbs up or just let me know. Put it in the comments there. I can see your chat coming in. Just let me know if you can hear me okay. Because like I said, I'm trying something a little bit different. But it's going to be a little bit shorter than usual. These are typically about 30 to 40 minutes long. And this is going to be more like 15 to 20 minutes long. But we're going to get through some of these show notes pretty quick here and then answer any questions you guys have live. But I want to say thank you to our new and old subscribers. You guys mean a lot to me. We are nearing 25,000 subscribers on our channel, which is still just completely mind-blowing. And as we hit the 25,000 subscriber mark, I want you guys to think of something. I need you to come up with an idea for me, and that is a 25,000 subscriber giveaway, some kind of contest. If you have any ideas on what we could do for a contest and a giveaway and items to include in the giveaway, I would really appreciate that. Hey, I see people coming in and viewing live. Can you guys give me a thumbs up or put in the comments if you can hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Maybe I'll type it in there as well, just because I'm trying something a little bit different today with this microphone. I want to make sure everything's coming in okay. Secondly, I want to say thank you to subscriber Jepfo, and they were able to send me a book. I left the book up on the china cabinet. Can I get the book real fast? I'll be right back. And in the meantime, if you guys can hear me okay, just put it in the comments. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I hope you guys don't mind me piecing out like that. But this book is called Untamed, written by Will Harlan. It is The Wildest Woman in America and the Fight for Cumberland Island. Cumberland Island is just off the coast, the eastern coast of Georgia, the only coast in Georgia, maybe. But a beautiful island full of wild horses and all kinds of biodiversity. And this book is about a woman who fought to preserve that. And I really appreciate Jetfo for sending it to me. I'm really excited to dig in and start reading it. I've already read the introduction here. Fascinating read so far. So I'm about to start chapter 1 today. Yeah. But anyways, thank you again, Jetfo. That's awesome. The other thing I want to cover is a question I had from a couple of different people. I'd like to take this opportunity to answer some of the questions folks have. And this question came in on our Instagram page. If you're unaware that we have an Instagram, what are you waiting for? Get over there and like our Instagram page, follow it, because I do make exclusive posts on Instagram that I don't make on YouTube. And let's see. So Garrett sent me a DM on Instagram, a direct message. Let me take a swig of coffee, and I hope Garrett is able to watch this at some point today. I didn't answer Garrett's question right there in Instagram. I asked for Garrett's permission to answer this question on our coffee talk. So here he goes. He says, "Hello, I've been researching for about a week now using sheds for a tiny home. I stumbled across your YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure I've watched all of them. Wow. I recently bought a property that's a bit more than an acre. It currently has a duplex that was once a single home that I'm having rented out and wanted to make use of the rest of the property, but not make it too crowded with the usual size home. I ran into people buying sheds and turning them into homes. I love the idea of this, especially with rent and house prices now. I live in a college town that's expensive, and I'm hoping it's expensive, and I'm hoping where to go. Maybe a shed tiny home will be great for a single or a couple that are on a budget. I know you didn't live in your tiny home for years on years, but I'm afraid of the durability and the ease of maintenance on these, especially since it's going to be a rental property. I'm also worried about I'm also worried about will this home go up in price like the usual home, or will it go down like a trailer home usually does? I greatly appreciate your time and the videos you made on this topic. Any help will be great. And I just responded, "Hey, Garrett, can I answer this question on my coffee talk tomorrow morning?" And he said, "Sure, that would be great. Thank you." So, Garrett, great question. So, here's the thing. If you have the means to buy one of these sheds and to finish out one of these sheds, for those who don't know, he's referencing a shed that we bought. It was a 36-foot long shed, and it was like 12 feet wide. And my family and I bought it. We completely built the inside into a tiny house or a cabin. We lived in it for about a year while we were paying off debt and kind of getting more financially stable as a family. And yeah, we spent about $15,000 total on this project, and we lived in it for over a year. And then we sold it. But all along the way, while living in it and working on it, we're making videos about it on YouTube, and that's kind of what started our YouTube adventure, you could say. It's kind of what got us going into YouTube. So yeah, these cabins that they have, these shed cabins that they build out, they're built very durably. So you've got um, these sheds are like framed out with 2x4 framing. Many of them have the hurricane strapping at the top and everything. That's code. Many of them are spaced out. The studs are spaced out a 24-inch on center, which is different than your typical residential spacing. Typically, it's 16 inches. So you have to kind of take that into account as well. But yeah, they have a 6 foot ceiling, maybe 6'3" or like that. They have lofts up in them. You can put bathrooms in them. They just have hard, 3/4 inch pressure treated plywood floors. Very durable structures. Very well built structures, depending on where you buy yours. Mine was Amish built. Had a T111 exterior siding. So everything's just meant to withstand the elements. So what we did right away is painted ours with some really good quality paint, and then we started building out the inside. And like I said, we made videos all along the way. Your question, it seemed to be, would it be financially wise of me to go ahead and buy one of these and do what you did and rent it out? And here's the thing, Garrett, absolutely it would be. And guys, as you're coming in and watching this live, could you let me know if you can hear it okay? Can you put it in the comments or just thumbs up the video? Just let me know you can hear it because I'm trying a new microphone. So yeah, I think absolutely it would be, Garrett. So let's say all variables out, you just have a piece of property. There's not a lot of zoning restrictions. There's not a lot of permitting restrictions. There's not a lot of minimum square footage restrictions in your town or your area. Then yes, absolutely. I could have taken that tiny house that we built, as long as I built it to code and as long as I pulled permits on putting it on the property if that was required, as long as I had septic or ability to hook up to sewer, as long as I had water there, I could have rented that thing out all day long for about $700 to $800 a month in my particular area. That's actually what I do for a living now is manage rental properties and own rental properties. So I know I have a really good frame of reference, I think, on what rent is around this area. But like I said, every area is going to be different. In Southern Alabama, the rent is different than if you're in the Atlanta area, if you're in Central Florida, the Orlando area. But yeah, the biggest hiccup you're going to run into, Garrett, is zoning, is minimum square footage, is codes, that sort of thing. That's the biggest thing you're going to run into is a municipal government, a building department saying, you can't do that. Basically, you need to jump over this hoop, or you can't. You have to have a minimum square footage for a human being to live in this structure. So I can't stress to you enough, Garrett, um, that if you're going to do this, make sure you do everything on the up and up, and you do it completely legally through your building department. Um, the best scenario is that you're out somewhere where there is no building department, and you're out some kind of like county land or something like that, and there's no minimum square footage requirements for dwelling place. There's no none of the stuff like uh just things that they try to do to grease their own palms, basically, to get you to pay a fine. Like, that's the best case scenario. So it really just depends. If it was a completely clean slate piece of property, you have no restrictions, you have no building codes, you have nothing of that sort, no minimum square footage requirements, then yes, all day long I would buy these and I would put them on my property and I would build a straight up compound out of these things and all day long. People do that. There are people that do that. They take these sheds, they build the inside of the shed out, and they put them on their property, and they have like a dozen of them, and they rent them out, kind of like a KOA campground or something. Then yes, I would totally do that all day long. So it just depends. You need to check with your municipal government and see what kind of what kind of tax they want you to pay or whatever. It's just all bureaucracy, unfortunately. Um, one of the funny things. Hey, you want to come join me? Eli just walked out, so here's Eli. Everybody, you're on camera. Say hi to Eli. One of the things that's really funny when I go to East Africa, let me see. Okay, people are just commenting saying that they can hear me. Okay, one of the things when I go to East Africa, it's really funny to me is, we think of the United States of America, we're like home of the free, the land of the brave kind of thing. Um, but just like this, Garrett, like where you can't put a shed and let someone pay you to live in that shed that you've turned into a cabin unless you get the permission of the government, or you get permission of the local city council, or you pay this fine, or you pay that tax or whatever. We have this illusion of freedom to a certain extent. When I go to East Africa, if you own the piece of land, you can do whatever you want, however much of it you want to do on that land. Put up whatever size structure you can afford, dig whatever kind of well you want to dig. Just it's like open and free. There's very minimal restrictions, which has its drawbacks, but they are way freer in terms of building and development than we are, for sure. Have anything you want to add? Okay. So Eli here helped me film a knife video the other day, didn't you? He was out there. We were filming. You can kind of see the tree, actually. It's right there. There's a pine tree. We took a $10 Walmart knife and tortured the mess out of it. We just wanted to see what it could withstand. It's a $10 Camillus knife, and unfortunately, I don't have the pieces here with me, but you can check that video out on our channel now. We like to torture test different knives and camping equipment. But yeah, we went through 2 knives, and Eli was he was on the filming crew here, so he did a good job with that as we were throwing it into the tree repeatedly. So yeah, I want to talk about another question that I get often. And that question I get often is, people are watching our video series of us going down the river from our backyard to the ocean, and it took us about 9 days to do it. That video series is on our channel. It's on a playlist called Backyard to the Ocean. And day 7 just came out last night. Um, and it went live last night. It premiered. I had several people watching with me, and that was really cool. But one of the things that people often ask me is like, when you're out there, what did you guys eat? And that's kind of the title of today's coffee talk that I put on there was, what did you guys eat when you were out there? That's a very good question. And hey, guys, coming into the live thing here, if you can hear me okay, can you put it in the chat below and I can see that, and just let me know that you can hear me. I think we're in the clear with this new microphone now, but just to make sure, if you can put it in the chat below, do that for me, and that'll let me know that you can hear me okay. Let me make sure that all chats are visible too. Okay, cool. Bare Knuckle says we can hear you fine. Thank you. Also, Yeah, what do you guys eat when you're out there? Um, so just really, really short answer to that question. We eat a lot of junk. We eat stuff that's easy to prepare. When you're sitting on the side of a sandbar and you've been paddling, 20 miles that day, and you're just worn out, you want to do stuff that's maybe high calorie but low effort. One of the things that I really halfway lived off of were these things right here. They have these tuna packets that are variety packet. It's good protein, simple to do. You just, peel off the thing, and I love that. Maybe put it on some crackers or something. Then we had Idaho potatoes. We did this about twice, and then it got kind of old because they taste kind of bland unless you put some hot sauce in them or something like that. But yeah, we made these a lot. Well, I say a lot, maybe 2 or 3 times. We just about lived off of these things right here. These are $1 in the Dollar General. I have no idea what kind of chemicals or preservatives they put in these things, but it kept us alive. It kept us well fed, and they're quite tasty. For $1, we were able to make this here, and it fed both of us. It almost filled us up for $1. That's like phenomenal, right? These were really easy to make. We made probably, I don't know, 15 of these. They're also very light. They just says it's like 4.3 ounces. So for the amount of calories that this provided and the affordability and the taste, this was the winner right here. But also, you want to bring fresh fruit, some bananas, some oranges. We brought a big cantaloupe as well. Things that have a kind of a shelf life that you can kind of pick and eat, but gives you some good vitamin C and things like this as well. Some peanut butter packets. So this is something you just get your spoon, and as you're paddling along, you just kind of, eat the peanut butter. That's good, tasty stuff, and it gets you some good protein. It's important, some fuel, some long fuel for being out there paddling. But also, all this stuff has one thing in common, and that is I can throw this on a fire and I can burn it up on a fire, and I don't have to lug my trash everywhere with me. So that was really important. At the end of the day, we would always burn our trash, so we didn't have trash like getting into the river and polluting the water, or just like being gross and stuff. So how did we cook this stuff? Is another question people always ask. I have this Coleman Max little stove here. This thing has its disadvantages for sure, but I've had this for several years now, and we use this and relied heavily on this. Pair this with a little fuel tank like that. You screw it on the top, and yeah, this fuel tank lasted us the entire trip, and it's still got fuel in it. So it's really cool. I can almost smell it. Huh. But what we would do is we would take a Stanley cup like this right here. I love this thing. And what I do is I nest these cups together. Okay, people are looking at my phone here. People are typing stuff in on my phone, and they're not putting it in the chat thing, so it's all good. I nest these cups together like this. So this is a metal cup. I think I picked this up at Walmart. But yeah, it's got these handles like that, and it's just single ply, like stainless steel or whatever it is, that nest into there, right? Then if you take this, this is actually a cooking pot or a mug or whatever. You can see it's all charred up from the fire. It's made by Stanley, and it has this little plastic tab that you pull up like that. And you probably saw that if you've been watching the videos of our venture downstream, you've seen this numerous times, I'm sure. But the handle comes out, and the lid can come off. I don't know what I have in here. There's a bunch of rope for some reason. But yeah, so in here are nested 2 more plastic cups. 1 and 2. So got these 2 cups right there. So you see the pot. What we would do is we would boil water in here and then pour these in the boiling water and let them boil on that stove. And this was a great little pot. So this can double as like a cup, but it's also just how we would boil water for drinking or for cooking. But yeah, and everything just kind of nests. This is probably the best cooking setup that I've ever had. Oh, look, there's a fishing hook stuck in there. That's weird. See that fishing hook? I don't know how that got there. This is the best cooking setup I've ever used. It's simple. It's durable. Minimal washing. And you just nest that back on there. There you go. Come out. I think we're going to get joined by one more kid here. All right. So that answers that question. Hey, we do have some cool adventures on the horizon. My next video to be released is probably going to be about this little device right here. This little thing that clips off your phone. A company sent this to me and they wanted me to review it and make a video about it. So I'll be doing that. It's really cool. It's called the Tring, and it's a survival tool that magnetically adheres to the back of your phone. It's like a pop socket. Or is that what they're called? Pop socket? Okay. But yeah, it's got all these different tools on it. You want to come sit over here on the side of me, Micah? Micah had an accident yesterday, or was it the day before yesterday? I don't remember. Where here, show everybody your face. He was riding on his. No, were you just running or were you riding your scooter?
I was like running.
You were just running. Okay, and you tripped and fell and hit your face on the concrete. So poor guy, he scratched up all his face there, but he's getting better. Yeah. All right. Well, this is a really cool tool. I'll be making a video about that. Then also, we're gonna be doing. We're gonna continue to release the backyard to the ocean videos. Day 8 comes out Sunday at 7 p.m. Central and 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll be watching with you. That'll be day 8 of day 9. Then we've got some. One of the things I want to share with you guys is I keep a list of ideas. This is really important to do if you're, a small business owner or you're looking to, have any sort of goals or anything like that. This list right here are video ideas for YouTube. So I thought about reading a couple of them. If you guys are interested in that, maybe you would hear. But I want to do a video. Let me just pick a few of these. There's a lot here, but I want to do a video where I visit 5 natural springs in one day. Then I want to do a video where we build a zip line here in our backyard, across our backyard. I want to do one where I build a farm table. Hey, we can cross this one off. We did the Camillus knife torture test. I want to do an island survival challenge is another one I want to do, because when Noah and I were kayaking down the river, we would go around these huge, like 3 to 5 acre islands, and they look so cool. But they were in the middle of the river, and I thought it'd be neat to one day, like, put in really close, in the river, really close to one of these islands and kayak out to these islands with nothing but like a knife and, something to start a fire. And maybe some fishing equipment, and just see how long Noah and I can stay out on this island, and make it like a 5 or 6 day. I have no idea how many day survival challenge out there, and just live off of fish and wild foraging and stuff like that. So, but that would be really cool to do. We'll probably do that in the spring. Any other videos we have in the works in the immediate future? Can't think of any. I mean, we're just going to try to follow this list and knock out some of these videos here. But anyways, we are up to a lot of cool stuff. And actually next week I'm going to start filming another backyard to the ocean video series, but from someone else's backyard. So that's going to be really cool. And we're going to put that on the channel as well. The other thing I got floating around in my mind that maybe you guys can help me out with some feedback is I want to build a raft out of like 55-gallon drums, and build a platform on top of this raft. And then I want to take it down. I want to take it down the Apalachicola River. So that's kind of rolling around my brain. I'm kind of daydreaming about that. It always starts with like a little idea, and the idea kind of grows into like daydreaming and stuff. So that'd be really cool. But guys, I appreciate you watching this shorter coffee talk with me. And subscribers, or new subscribers, welcome. Old subscribers, thank you so much for hanging out. Again, if you have any ideas for our 25,000 subscriber giveaway contest, things that it might be fun to do because we're nearing that mark, please let me know. Comment below and let me know what you would like to see, and maybe some ideas that you would like to be given away within reason. Obviously, we can entertain those ideas. All right, well, have a wonderful day, and we will see you next week, Coffee Talk 14. So in the meantime, keep it real.